So a lot of you know that my wife and I we got out of debt. We paid off $46,000 in less than 2 years, and all of that was most of it was basically my student loans. I have a degree in music. I'm a truck driver. Go figure. So in getting out of debt, I just wanted I guess share some gems with you guys, share some game with you guys, because there's a lot of people that are in debt. Everybody's in debt, basically. Not everybody, but a huge majority of people. And I just wanted to share some little bit of wisdom if you're trying to get out of debt, if that's what you're working towards. Um, so why did we want to get out of debt? Well, obviously because it's a huge financial strain on our marriage to begin with, right? And it could be in any marriage. So my wife and I, we just decided. We came upon this Dave Ramsey. You guys probably heard of him. He has this whole baby steps thing. So we just came upon that, and we just decided, as a married couple, hey, this is what we're gonna do to get. We're gonna follow the steps. That way, we can have financial freedom, and it's awesome because now, like, we don't owe any money. We're just right now we're working to build up our retirement for later on. That way, we can get to a point where we can have a nest egg for whatever we want to do. Um, in the meantime, after paying off debt, we're able to pay off a couple of properties using the Dave Ramsey principle, basically, which is you uh, sort of kind of the Dave Ramsey principle. I want to say it like that. But anyways, once we were out of debt, we were able to pay off the mortgages, right, for those properties. And it was kind of combined into one, so it was kind of like one property, but it was like two different properties, right? So we have people living in there right now, and they're helping to, they actually helped us to pay off the mortgage. And that's, I'm just being honest with you guys. That's just how it went. That's really not the Dave Ramsey way, but it's kind of that's kind of how we decided to do it, right? And so we were just kind of using the Dave Ramsey principles to get out of debt, which basically use this debt snowball. The debt snowball. You pay off your smallest ones first, eventually get to the biggest ones, and the debt snowball. You pay off the smallest ones first, whatever you're using to pay that off, chunk it to the next one. That way you have small wins. Because if you try to pay off the biggest one first, you feel like you never get out. You feel like you're never winning, right? So it's a psychological thing. If you pay off your smallest one first, whatever you're paying to that one, chunk it to the next one. Whatever you're paying to those two, chunk it to the next one. That way you have these small wins. You're like, okay, this is possible. We can actually do this. So when we got to my student loans, I had six combined into one, right? So there was six different loans that I had borrowed, and which accrued like half of that was all interest because I had been deferring it for years because I was in and out of jobs, trying to figure out what I was going to do with my life and mind you, I was married. You know what I mean? So to talk about getting out of debt, there's struggles that you go through. Life happens. You know, you have kids along the way. I mean, it's not easy. You know what I mean? It's not, and it's definitely not. There's definitely a lot of discipline involved, and it sounds trendy now. You know what I mean? But eventually, it's some people have been doing it for years. You know what I mean? They've been smart with their money. So, getting out of debt, use the debt snowball that we have financial freedom. We decided to do that, and if you want help in how to do that, shoot me a message. I can help. I can guide you in the right direction. You know what I mean? But it's very freeing because I don't owe anybody anything. I don't have to drive around in a car that I borrowed money for, worried about losing my job, so that to where I can't make the payment and it gets repossessed and all this other stuff. And then talking about that, you stop worrying about your credit score. Like, I don't even care about my credit score. People talk about it like it's a big thing, and I'm just like, dude, why are you even worried about that? Uh, we didn't need a credit score to get the mortgages that we're into. You know what I mean? And there's different ways that you can get into mortgages without a credit score, or with a undeterminable credit score, because there's a thing called manual underwriting where they look at your actual, your payment history. Say if you've been renting for years, what type of down payment you have. It's called manual underwriting. And Churchill Mortgage is the one that David Ramsey recommends. The way we did it is we did it sort of the Dave Ramsey way, and that we didn't have credit to get it. But once we had it, boom, 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 little by little, we paid it off. It's out. You know what I mean? Now I can say that we're totally, completely debt free.